This is the Durable Dad Podcast. I'm your host, Tommy Geary. This show is going to give you the skills and tools you need to be a rock-solid man for your work, your community, and most importantly, your family. All right, what's up, everybody? Episode number 13. I'm pretty pumped for this topic because it's something that has always been important to me or motivating to me or something that's in my life that I know is life-giving and makes me have more energy and better for me, better for the people in my life. And that topic is physical movement, and more specifically, signing up for something that's on the calendar that's a physical challenge. And right now, I'm training for a Spartan race. So I got into Spartan racing a couple years ago. This is obstacle course racing. So the one that I'm doing in a couple weeks is a 20K with 30 obstacles. And man, like 4 years ago, if you had told me I'd be doing these races, I would have been like, I don't know, no way. I don't do these kinds of races. And I'm not just going to be talking about races today. I'm going to be talking about other physical challenges. But for me, I used to think they were kind of lame, wearing the bib. I don't know what it was. I was more of like a snowboarder, thought that was cheesy kind of setup. And I got over myself. I got over that and I tried it out because I had this one buddy that had done a bunch and I really look up to him and he was going to go sign up for one. So I did it with him and it was just super powerful. The training for it, the getting in shape, the going to the race, traveling there, being with a bunch of other people that were excited, motivated. And these Spartan races really land with me because they are held away from cities. They're trails. They're usually in beautiful places with some beautiful scenery. So one of my big values is being outdoors as much as possible and to take it to the next level, pushing myself physically outdoors, hiking peaks, long backpacking trips, snowboarding adventures, all that stuff. So these Spartan races, since moving to Ohio, have been a really awesome addition to my life. So that's what we're going to talk about today. What are you training for? And you might be listening right now and having some limiting beliefs, right? You might have thoughts going through your head like, I'm too old to do some kind of race like this or sign up for some physical challenge. I'm not in good enough shape, or I don't have time to train. I'm too busy. Or maybe it's something like me that like you think they're kind of lame. You might also just think, I don't have the desire to go after something like that. I don't have the motivation. And I want you guys to question all those beliefs and give me the rest of this podcast to talk to you about 5 reasons why you might want to sign up for something, consider this. And I've been talking about my Spartan races, but I've also mentioned a few other things you could put on your calendar. You could put a big hike, wanting to hike a peak. And if you don't live near mountains, you even put it on your schedule as a vacation. You're going to travel there. It could be a golf tournament. Let's say you're a golfer, and that's kind of your time to recharge. This physical challenge is signing up for a golf tournament and taking it to the next level, testing your abilities and stepping it up a little bit. I have one client that's signed up for a tennis tournament. He played tennis in college and then he kind of picked it up recently in the last couple years, and all these reasons that I'm going to talk about in a second, he's seeing the benefit of having that on his calendar. Could do a Peloton challenge. Maybe you move your bike outside for the summertime. Maybe you have a place that's covered, or you buy a bicycle and get a couple long rides in throughout the week. So those are the kinds of things I'm talking about. 5 reasons why committing to something like this is really powerful and beneficial. So the first one, physical movement. All right. We don't move much anymore. Our day-to-day doesn't require us to move. And evolutionarily, that just has not been the case. Right? This sedentary life that we have has taken over. And if we want to move our bodies physically, we have to get intentional about it. Because as a human being, we have an innate desire to move. It's a primal part of us in our DNA that we are hunter-gatherers. We had to work to find our food. And the life that we have right now, the environment that we live in, doesn't get us moving. It doesn't get us physically moving. So that's number one. Number two, you break up the monotony of the day-to-day. So when you decide to sign up for a physical challenge, something that scares you, something that's new, excites you, you're going to disrupt the day-to-day routine, which is really energy giving, I guess, is what I want to say about breaking up the monotony. When we get into a daily routine that's been the same for a couple weeks, a couple months, a couple years, we start to lose some of our energy. We start to feel depleted, and signing up for a race can really boost that. I mean, I was talking to a friend the other day, and he went through a job change in the last 8 months or so. And just that change from going from one job to another has really livened him up. He's felt more excited and waking up earlier with more vigor and ready to attack the days. And signing up for a physical race, it's a small bite of that big change. It's not changing your career. It's not moving to a new home, but it's this change that's short term, and you're going to get all those benefits of breaking up the monotony and changing it up a little bit. When we set a new goal, our brain has something new to focus on. So it doesn't spin in our normal patterns and our normal thinking cycles, because we have this new goal, a new future that we can focus on and we can put our attention to get better, which is really back to that physical movement innate in us. We want to challenge ourselves. So that's number two, breaking up the monotony. Number three is who you become along the way. So this is that evolving, becoming a better you. When you have something on your calendar that you're going to have to train for, that you're going to have to get healthier for, you're going to start prioritizing differently. You're going to start prioritizing what's important to you. Almost all the dudes that I work with, and I'm guessing if you're listening to this, one of your values is health and longevity, right? We want to be healthy. We want to feel good so we can play with our kids more, so we can maybe have better sex, so we can be here for a long time and enjoy when our kids get older, when we have grandkids, so we can travel and we can do all the activities, right? We value health and longevity. The impact of signing up for a race now is that you're going to get healthier. Even if it's a little bit, even if you don't train super hard, you're going to train a little bit and be healthier than where you are right now. And you'll become a person that can manage his time better. You'll be able to prioritize your exercising, your sleep, your nutrition, and learn to say no to meetings that you really don't need to be at, or learn how to block out your email so you're not distracted and putting out fires left and right. You're being more focused at work, you're prioritizing, you're being more productive. And that's just this strategic benefit of going after a physical challenge. Maybe you start sleeping more, you drink less, you're not on your phone as much, you start questioning all those small little nasty habits that get in your way from becoming all you, unlocking your potential, being a freaking awesome man and an awesome dad. There's more in us, and physical challenges can unlock that more, that full self. All right. And that kind of leads right into number 4. Going after a physical challenge can build confidence. It will build confidence. Yes, when you cross the finish line, it's going to feel awesome. And it's the little wins along the way. When we start waking up at 5 a.m., like we said we were going to do, and we get out of bed and we work out, it won't feel great in the moment, but afterwards, and be like, hell yeah, I did that. I said I was going to do it, and then I did it. And that breeds confidence. When you set out to do something and then you do it, it feels really good. And it's the small things, right? It's taking a break in the middle of work to get your run in. It's making a meal plan for the day and sticking to the meal plan, and intermittent fasting. Back to who we become along the way and building confidence. We're capable of amazing things. But we can forget how badass we are when we fall into our routines and we don't push ourselves physically. And the fifth reason, I think this reason is so cool, that our kids get to see us doing something that's tough, something that's new, going after a goal. We do hard things all the time. We're working in our jobs to show up for them. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort, and our kids don't see it. Our kids see us typing on our computer and looking at a screen. They don't see the emotional energy and the intelligence that goes into performing at our jobs. But doing a physical challenge, they will see it. You will be modeling for them what hard work looks like, what practice looks like, what prioritizing looks like. And I had one client, well, actually two of them, but this one client that ran the New York City Marathon last year. After the race was over, he sent me this picture, and I'll never forget it. It was a picture of him and his daughter, and I think it was in the middle of the race, and this is what I saw in the picture. I saw a little girl looking up at her dad, ready to give him a hug and ready for him to scoop her up, with this smile on her face, like wide mouth, opened up, huge smile, looking up at him like he was a hero. And the dad was looking down at her, so proud. And I don't think I'm reading into this too much. Like, it was really powerful. And I feel it right now, that what an inspiration for his family, for his daughters. And then I just picture, like, it must have been really cool getting ready for the race. The whole family must have been talking about it and involved. And afterwards, there was probably a celebration. And that's what signing up for a physical challenge can do. It gets the family together. It gets everyone on board. Like, share it. So those are the 5 reasons. We live a sedentary life, so we really have to be intentional about getting physical. It breaks up the monotony of our day-to-day, and that can be really energizing and healthy for our brains. Number 3 was who you become along the way. Number 4 was it builds confidence. So both of those are like the small wins along the way, the getting healthier, the prioritizing, managing your time, starting to remember how much you're capable of, how much you can accomplish. And then the last reason was to be an inspiration, be that example for your family, for your kids. So get outside, put something on the calendar. You're going to feel awesome. And there's so many benefits to doing this. It's summertime. Get after it. This is kind of like my call to action. A lot of these episodes have been about our emotions and our mindset and managing those and getting familiar with those. And when we have a goal like this, when we start taking action, we're going to automatically start working on our mindset and our emotions. So this is like, take some action, start growing in your mind and your body and your spirit, and hope you guys have an awesome day. Later. All right, before you take off, what is your big challenge for 2026? If you haven't decided yet, check out the next Grand Canyon trip, a 16-mile hike from the top of the canyon down to the Colorado River and back up. This is the kind of challenge that's going to push you into a higher gear. You're going to train, you're going to get in better shape, and you're going to check off a bucket list experience. So if you're wanting something to train for next year, a goal that's going to pull you out of the grind, this is it. We're assembling the team right now. All the details are on the website. Training starts in January. We hike in April. Check it out.